artist ADRIENNA MATZEG. How does it feel to have your piece here at BMO's artist competition?
It feels really very wonderful to be chosen to show my work here at the Museum of Contemporary Canadian Art.
Awesome.
And to be back in Toronto too.
And this piece was originally in book form, kind of, talking about the process of a funeral. So can you tell me a little bit about what inspired the making of that piece, and then how it transitioned into this?
So the book, I had wanted to create the book as sort of more of a performance piece, and it contains about 69, 70 images of the process of planning a funeral, sort of from all the steps from meeting with the funeral directors to renting the chapel and the visitation rooms and then buying flowers. And this project also contains portraits, but I didn't want to include them for this competition. It was quite tricky paring it down to 5 images, but I feel that these 5 really represent the tension in these spaces and the juxtaposition between sort of the commodities and then how they just get trashed basically after the funeral's over and everyone forgets about the funeral process and then moves on with the grieving process.
Absolutely, and everyone can relate to this topic. Well, anyone who's gone through the process. I have been getting flashbacks looking at these photos from planning my grandfather's funeral. But was there a funeral for you that really inspired this piece?
Well, my father passed away 7 years ago, and it was a big Catholic funeral. Like, we had everything, like the roses and the casket and the tomb and the plot and the big gravestone that actually I realized you pick it out, but it's not like the movies when it just appears on the site. It actually takes months for them to process it and carve it and yeah, so you learn things along the way that you don't realize when you're actually planning one. So I really wanted to focus on the cost of the funerals and kind of to understand why we do this and how people deal with death differently.
And were all these photographs taken in a church? I mean, I think clearly that one was not, but tell me a little bit about the locations.
So they're all taken in different places. A couple are taken in funeral homes, in the chapels of funeral homes. This one was in the chapel of a funeral home in Dartmouth, and I really like the relationship between the chandelier and the surveillance camera. I just don't understand why they'd need a surveillance camera when people are mourning in this chapel. And
yeah, like what's someone gonna do?
Yeah, but then there's that chance that someone could steal something off the body in the casket, and then you start making up these stories. And
yeah,
that's what I also like about these images, is that they sort of invite imagining stories, and they're sort of tableaus that you can put your own stories into.
And where's the best place for us to find out more information on you and all of your artwork online?
I have a website. It's adriennamatzeg.ca, and the spelling's a little tricky, but you can just Google that name and it'll come up. And the whole, well, not the whole series, but about 50 images will be on my website from this project.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at MOCCA in downtown Toronto.